coming to you from Forum Homini Hotel, located in the cradle of humankind. Welcome to the Art Bulletin and thank you for staying with Morning Live. This afternoon, the Goodman Gallery will host an auction to benefit artist Diane Victor, who needs life-saving surgery. The auction will feature works by Diane and a range of other artists who've donated pieces to her cause.
Part of being a gallery and part of establishing and working on relationships with artists is looking after them. We get intricately involved in their lives, and we take the good with the bad. It's the triumphs along with all of the difficulties that artists are presented with. And this is just one example of a gallery being able to step in and make a difference in an artist's life, and we do it gladly.
According to Pondering Panda, a market research company that focuses on Africa, South African kids want to read but can't afford to. According to a report they released recently, most South African kids enjoy reading and would like to do more of it, only they don't have access to reading material. Pondering Panda says most young South Africans enjoy reading and want to read more but are held back by the cost and availability of books. Over 12,000 people between the ages of 13 and 34 were surveyed across the country, and according to the research, 1 in every 4 people did not have easy access to a library. The survey further revealed that among those who read, 33% borrowed books from other people, 30% bought books, 28% obtained them from libraries, while 9% got them through other means. Young black South Africans were found to be the most enthusiastic readers, with 74% claiming to be reading a book, compared to 65% of whites and 55% of coloureds and Indians. Yesterday, trumpeter, composer and producer Marcus Wyatt launched his 5th album titled One Life in the Sun at the Sophiatown Heritage and Cultural Centre. The album launch and listening session featured members of the Marcus Wyatt Quartet.
The album was actually recorded, speaking of Sun, it was recorded in Switzerland last year. I was doing a residency there in a town called Basel, and so I was working with South African and Swiss musicians doing various different projects, and got the opportunity to record with 3 guys from Switzerland, 3 amazing musicians who have somehow over the years musical links with South Africa and South African musicians that they've worked with before. So that's how it came about, and it was done through the residency program.
The 2013 installment of the Out in Africa Film Festival is currently on in Johannesburg and Cape Town and ends tomorrow. The 2013 edition of the Gay and Lesbian Film Festival has 12 films on its lineup.
We open the festival on the 12th of April and we end on the 21st at Hyde Park, New Metro in Johannesburg, and V&A Waterfront in Cape Town. We also have a film called How to Stop a Plague, which talks about the struggles that some American activists had to go through to make sure that ARVs were put out there. So we've seen stories of people talking about AIDS and how it affected especially the gay community in the 80s, and now this one is about the activism that actually led to the governments being able to release these drugs.
Students and staff of all tertiary institutions in Gauteng were recently challenged to present their perceptions of the Gauteng city region through photography. That came with a chance to win 15,000 rands worth of prizes. The results of that competition were presented on Wednesday at UJ, and the exhibition is on until May the 3rd.
There were over 600 photographs entered from all the universities. The judges were Roger Ballin, Jody Bieber and Kwesi Gule. They had to choose 62 works, which are the ones represented here, and from those 62 works, 5 works were chosen as the winning works. From that, we're hoping to make it a moving exhibition. GCRO is hoping to show this exhibition in different contexts within Gauteng. So hopefully it will go to Wits, it will go to Pretoria, to see how students see their city. That's the interesting thing. How do the youngsters, what's important to them? What do they see?
Trek is a story of adventures, secrets and tested relationships, ending today at the Joburg Theatre. Singer and actress Gerra Felix brings to life the story of 4 Trekker women in her one-woman show.
I'm passionate about our history, but also I'm passionate about people and about, and I've always wondered, if you think of the Great Trek, it's kind of something for, so you kind of have an idea, but Track is about bringing that experience to an audience member, to have an actual experience of what people went through in the time of the Great Trek.
The most revolutionary puppet Chester Missing and his associate Conrad Goch are part of tonight's Blacks-only comedy show, which takes place at the Sandton Convention Center. Other comedians on the lineup include Mark Lottering, while David Gau returns to his role as MC.
It's the first Blacks-only comedy show of the year and is expected to feature some relatively new acts. Making his debut at this year's Blacks-only is the world's most revolutionary puppet, Chester Missing, with his associate Conrad Koch. Mark Lottering returns after a short break and has promised to provide plenty of laughs. Officials say the show has become a staple in the live entertainment scene and promises to leave audiences with big belly aches. Tickets 175 Rand at CompuTicket.
Today, the Goethe Institute is launching a collection of archival, historical and self-generated materials on the city of Johannesburg. It's titled Not No Place. The series of photos, drawings and texts presented in the book were collected over a 5-year period.
It's not no place. And the underline is Johannesburg, fragments of spaces and times. And what the book comes from is 5 years of working on and researching the city of Johannesburg from myself, Bettina Malcolmes and Dorothy Kreutzfeldt, who is an artist who's worked in the city for like 10 years on various projects, including the Joburg Park project based at the Drill Hall. And I myself I grew up in Johannesburg, and together I guess the book comes out of a conversation between both of us about the city and trying to understand what the city is.
From Forum Homini Hotel, that's how we come to the end of today's Art Bulletin. Do check them out on www.forumhomini.com. You can also follow them on Twitter or like their page on Facebook. If it's us you're trying to keep in touch with, we're at morninglive@sabc.co.za by email. Our Facebook page is The Art Bulletin, and in brackets, Morning Live. Simply follow us on Twitter. Our handle is @The Art Bulletin. Until tomorrow morning, it's a goodbye from us.